Hello buddy, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you all the F3 shortcuts in Minecraft Java Edition. And so yes, as you might immediately be able to tell, I am in Minecraft Snapshot 21W06A, and this snapshot added the new cave generation. So you'll see this background during the entire video. And so, if you like Minecraft tutorials like this one, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials and other Minecraft videos. But let's just get started. So, first of all, what is an F3 shortcut? Well, this is if you hold down F3 and then press a special key on your keyboard. There are quite a lot of them, and I will go through all of them in this video. So let's just get started with the first one, which might also be the most helpful for you, and that's hold F3 and press Q, and so this will actually bring up the entire list of all the different debug key bindings. And so we'll go through all of these in this video. I'll show you what they mean and what you can do with it. So let's just get started. First of all, we have F3 and A, which reloads all the chunks. So this can be helpful if your world is lagging or if a chunk is not loading or anything like that. You can hold F3, press A, and you, as you can see, reload all the chunks in your world, or actually around you. Then F3B, there we go. This will show all the hitboxes of the mobs around you. It's not only mobs, it's also entities. So we throw down some blocks over here. As you can see the hitbox of all the entities. And so this can be very useful if you want to know where mobs are. For example, if you want to know where the ender dragon is in the end or stuff like that. Also, currently I have night vision on, so if we turn that off, there we go, you will still be able to see all the mobs. So you can't see them through walls, but you can see them through water, but you can see them from very, very far away. So this makes it easier to spot mobs from a distance. Next up we have F3 and C, and this will copy your exact location to your clipboard. So if you open the chat and press Ctrl V, as you can see, it will get the exact command we need to teleport to the exact location we were just at. So we can move away and type in this command, and it will bring me exactly there. Now this will actually work in different dimensions as well. So if we head over into the Nether, here we go, got it. And then right here, if we try this again, F3C, like this. Now go back into the overworld. And then, well, we're exploring, we're doing some stuff in creative, whatever. And then I think, wait, I need to get back to the Nether instantly. So I just open my chat, Ctrl V, and then enter, and I immediately go to that location in the Nether we were just at. And of course it also works for the end. Also, it says that by holding C when pressing F3, it will crash the game. Let's see if this works. Okay, this will crash the game unless released. Crashing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, my game crashed. That's strange. And so the actual crash code you get over here is this. The game crashed while manually triggered debug crash. So let's get back into the game. So there we go, you can crash the game. I'm not quite sure why you would want to crash your game, but that's possible. It might be that you're lagging very much and the game isn't crashing, so you have to crash it manually, but not quite sure. Let's just move on to the next one. So for the next one is F3 and D. So let's type some stuff in chat. There's some random mess right there. And then if we hold F3, press D, it will clear our chat. You can still access your previous messages by clicking T and then pressing up like this. So you can still access them here and type them again, but they just don't appear in the chat for you. This can be very helpful for if you're working on a video and you still have some commands left in the chat, just want to clear them quickly. Then we have F3F, and this will cycle through the render distance. So as you can see, it increases your render distance every time you click it. So every time you click F while still holding F3, it will increase your render distance. Actually makes the game lag a lot. I don't know why you would want to do this. Just manually increasing the render distance is way easier. You can also hold shift at the same time and then press F, and this will reduce your render distance, as you can see. So you go all the way down to 2, and then you can't go down anymore. You can go up, of course, like this, all the way up to the maximum, but it will start to lag a lot. Let's see if we can get through it. Yes, 32, there we are. So let's just actually stand on top of an island, because you need to hold shift, and if we're flying we fall down. So let's see the render distance decrease. Hold shift and F3 and start pressing F. Of course, yeah, I have to wait to make it load, right? So you won't see a difference almost immediately, but you can see that the render distance becomes smaller, 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 smaller. And then, there we go, there's render distance too. Next up is F3 and G, and this will show the chunk borders. So once you're in a chunk, you will see its borders, and you will also see the adjacent chunks with the red lines. And so each one of these yellow squares is 2 by 2 blocks like this, and the blue squares actually show where the sub-chunks are. So this is one sub-chunk from this blue bar to this blue bar, and so on. And if you fly through, you can see that it changes the yellow and red bars depending on which chunk you're in. And of course you can hide them again by pressing it again. Next up is one I feel most people already use, but I will still explain it. So that's F3 and H, and this is the advanced tooltips. So this is what it normally looks like when you scroll over your blocks. You just see the name of the block, and with tools you will see stuff like this, but you won't see durability or stuff like that. So if we hold F3, press H, we will see the advanced tooltips, and that means that we can see, for example, down here it says weed seed, so that's just the item ID of these items, but we can also see the durability of, for example, all of our tools and armor, which is very useful to be able to see, of course. Next up is F3 and I, and this will actually copy the block data of the block you're looking at, or the entity data of the entity you're looking at. So for example, if you look at this grass block over here, hold F3, press I, there we go, we copied the server-side block data to clipboard. So if we paste that again, you will see that we get the set block command for that piece of grass we were just in. So if we remove some of the grass over here, and then we can use the command. Here we go, let's set the block, and there we go, we can set that block back if you want to. You can do the same for entities, just look at an entity, hold F3, press I, and now if we paste this, it's actually too long to paste in the chat, so we need a command block. Grab a command block and put it in here. So this will be the exact entity information of that sheep right there, and we can summon it at the exact same point as well. Grab a button, and now we will summon an exact copy of the sheep we just got the information from. And this can be very useful if you have, for example, a very intricate mob with armor, sword, stuff like that, and you actually need a copy of it. You can just copy it over with F3 and I. Then we have F3 and N, which will switch you between your current game mode and spectator mode. So if you hold F3 and press N, we'll go to spectator, and then back to creative. So as you can see, we'll go from spectator to creative. But if we're, for example, in survival mode, and we try this again, F3 and N, we'll go to spectator, and then we'll go back into survival. So it will remember which game mode you were in before switching over to spectator mode. And this also works for adventure mode, of course. So now we're in adventure mode, and let's try that again. F3 and N, spectator, adventure, there we go. So next up is F3 and P, and this will change if the game will pause if you alt tab out of the Minecraft window. So first of all, let's disable it, like this, and now if you alt tab, then as you can see the game is still running and the squids are still moving, so everything is still working. But now if we put this to enabled, like this, and now alt tab, it will automatically pop up the pause menu for us, and the game will stop moving, which can be very helpful if you want that. Then next we have F3 and T, and this will reload your resource packs. So if you do F3 and T, there we go, it will reload our resource packs for us. And now our resource packs have been reloaded. You might have to do this if you're, for example, adding a resource pack while you're still in the game, and then you can just reload them like this. Or if you're on a server with custom resource packs and it's not working, you can try to reload to make it work again as well. Next up is F3 and escape, and now as you can see the game is paused, it says up there, and nothing is moving on the screen. So now you can do something else, and you don't have to have the pause menu pop up like it normally does. It just has this, and if you click back into the game, nothing happens. So you have to do F3 and escape again to make the game start running again. So you can just pause and unpause the game without having to use this menu over here, which is nice when you just want to capture something like this and unpause again. You can freeze mobs in their place, and maybe get a little bit more time to think about what you have to do. And then finally we have F3 plus F4, which was added in 1.16. Holding F3 and pressing F4 will bring up this menu over here. You can scroll over it with your mouse and select the game mode you want to go to. So for example, if we want to go to survival, just hover over survival mode and then release F3, and it will get put into survival mode. What you also can do is hold F3 and press F4. You will switch between the different game modes, and if you just hover over, for example, spectator mode, release F3, and then you'll go into that mode. And so just like F3 and N, this will also remember which mode you were in. So if you just quickly press F3, F4, you will switch between these two game modes. So for example, let's go into creative, and then we'll switch between creative and spectator. Go into adventure, we'll switch between adventure and creative. Go into survival now, we'll switch between creative and survival. And spectator will switch between survival and spectator. So remember which mode you were in when doing this. But there we go, those were all the debug F3 shortcuts in Minecraft Java Edition. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more tutorials and Minecraft update videos. And so I want to thank my tier 3 members, Zobot and the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming my tier 3 members. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video. But there we go, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope to see you in the next one. So until then, bye bye!